Our goal is to optimize the process of termination of the employment contract for the construction company Gan13 with the creation of an effective and efficient process of disengagement that helps the company to reduce the time and costs. For the planning of the project, we made a communication table in which we specify the role of each member of the team. To define the hierarchical relationship between each activity of the project and to have an idea of what we need to be done, we made a WBS diagram. To know what activity each member of the team will have to do, we made a responsibility matrix.
For the control and monitoring of our project, we used a Gantt diagram, in which all the activities we had to do were programmed according to the deadlines estimated in the course calendar. Grupo Constructor Gan13 S.A.D.C.B. is a company dedicated to construction in public and private sectors. Gan13 has 12 direct employees and it hires external staff depending on the work that is required. Gan13 is located in the city of Zacatecas, Mexico. On-time staff is the process by which the company proceeds to lay off or terminate the contract. This process has to be done in a planned, justified, and personalized way. Currently in the company Gan13, this process takes a lot of time and the roles of the persons who have to make the activities are not well defined.
To make the as-is diagram, we had an interview with the company in order to understand the process. The involved departments are administration, accounting, operational, and human resources. The process is as follows. Receive a letter of notice or the end of the contract is nearing. If it is the end of the contract, the worker is notified, and then the administrative department makes a memorandum. If, however, the worker is given notification of quitting, we must first receive the notice and then make the memorandum. The memorandum is then sent to the worker through their head contractor. This memorandum must be archived in the Human Resources Department. In the Human Resources Department, they start to write the necessary documentation asked by governmental policies, where they come to an understanding to the last day of work and why the relationship is ending. This must be accepted by the worker. If it is not, the documentation must be revised. If it is accepted, though, accounting drafts the final amount that will be given to the worker. When the final workday comes, accounting eliminates the worker off of the list of payroll and human resources eliminates it off of the health insurance list. Finally, all of this is given the authorization by the administrative office. For the to-be map, we kept all of the essential steps that added value and included some that were asked by the administrator, like an interview and receiving objects of the company. However, we identified that the department that was making the process longer and not adding value was the administrative department. This is why we decided to eliminate it. During the interviews conducted on the company, we decided that the indicator we would abide by was time. This is mainly due to the fact that with the help of the administrator, we had identified that it was too time-consuming. The initial indicator, according to the as-is diagram, this process took the company a total of 840 minutes. With the new diagram, the to-be diagram, we were able to reduce the process to 205 minutes. This was made possible by eliminating a department that wasn't adding value to the process.
We made the initial stages part of the operations department. This way, the workers do not have to go to another department if they wish to quit, and the operations department does not require the aid of a different department if they want to fire someone. There is now more responsibility with the human resources in regards to these matters. This is one of the areas of expertise, so it was important to get them more involved in the to-be map. The administrative department is now not involved in the process. This liberates them to be able to put more time into other activities. The Human Resources Department is now also in charge of closing out the Social Security benefits to the worker and paying the compensation. This will give them an up-to-date figure how many workers they have and who needs to be replaced.
What I, America, learned from this class. There are many concepts and diagrams that I already knew or had studied. However, in this class, I actually put my knowledge into practice. This class emphasized that teamwork was an essential part of any project or process. However, what I learned was many different ways or things that I could apply to perfect our teamwork.
In my part of the project, I got to interact with some of the higher ups in the company, which was pretty cool. Got to sit through some of the interviews, record, help edit that, which was pretty interesting. And then helping out and transitioning the as is map into the to be map was pretty interesting as well. It was quite interesting working with this company and seeing that when someone either quits, is fired, or retires, it's not just some simple, delete them from the system and move on and replace them kind of deal. It's something that actually requires a lot of work to go into it to make sure that every step is properly taken and executed, and that the person gets all the recompensations that are coming to them. So that was pretty interesting to see also. I learned quite a lot from seeing that. If I'm ever in a company now, I at least know the process that goes into that. And if they need help improving it or making it better in the future, I can assist with that now.
Our interviews were very organized and we were able to get all the information needed. Our communication between each other and the business owner was very good, timely, and effective. Our optimization form came out really well and the to-be map was a lot more efficient than the as-is map. We hope both of these will help the business. In the initial stages, we had a lot of trouble deciding on what business to help and then in what process to help them with. The work distribution did not always turn out equal, and in some cases, some team members did more work than what was required of them. We did not always make the best use of our time. In occasions, we waited till the last minute to put all the information together, and this made us meeting up difficult.